everyone, I'm again with Reactive extension rx.net. So today's topic is subject. So first we need to know what is subject. Subject is a bridge or proxy that is available in some implementation of rx.net that acts both as observer and observable. So subject work as observer and observable. So subject working as a bridge. This can subscribe to one or more observable as it is an observable. It can pass through the items it observes by re-emitting them, and it can also emit new items. So this is the basic implementation of subject. So what is happening here? We are taking instance of subject and writing a sequence, and we are subscribing them into the another function. So let's write this code. So var subject so we are taking string here. So our subject instance in the subject variable. So we're writing a function here, static void print items and I observable, and again according to subject type string and items. So our function is done. So now we're calling that function print items. So what we need to pass here? Items, right? So we're passing subject here. Oh, this type parameter is observable and this type is subject, but this is working with it. So according to our first definition, that subject work as an observable and observer both. So it's working, and subject on next. So we are passing an string here. So this is passed here. So we're subscribing this observable. So items dot subscribe, and what will pass here? An action. So now we are passing an action, that console dot write. So no parameter is needed for that. So this item will be passed here, and the action will run with this. So this option is finished. So we are passing this string here for printing here. Okay, now so just for checking the value is working or not. So I'm running this application. Oh, this word is printed successfully. So now if we want to print multiple items, such as like this is with a white space, so what it will do? Oh, this is both of them. So pretty nice. So this is the basic implementation of subject, and subject is under this reactive extension. So reactive team already implemented subject for us. So now there are types of subject. So one type is ReplaySubject. So what it provide actually? So ReplaySubject provide the feature of caching value for late subscription. So after passing so many items, then we can perform our action, or we can perform our subscription. But in this term of using ReplaySubject, we must maintain the proper buffer size. Either it will allocate unusual memory. So what it is doing? So it's keeping multiple values for us as cache, and it can be subscribed later. So if we push unusual value and without proper buffer size, then it will create pressure on our application. So what will happen if we use reply subject? So for reply subject, so reply subject and type of string again. So there is no buffers here. So what is happening? Check. So this is, so if we subscribe after this, so what is happening? So let's run the application. Oh, this is printed successfully. If we subscribe these items later, oh, in this both ways working perfectly. But what is happening if we use buffer size? So there's four items, but we need to keep two items because our memory is very low. So if we do here as buffer size, so if we run, oh, the whole item is printed because of we subscribed these things first, then we just push this item. But for late subscription, what is happening? Oh, only my can reprint it. So according to buffer size 2, if we subscribe these items later, then it can only take maximum 2 arguments. So in this way reply subject work. So let's go to behavior subject. Behavior subject is similar to reply subject, except it only remember the last publication. So whatever we published in last time, it only remember that items. So behavior subject also require you to provide it a default value of t. So when we are passing generic parameter here, we must need to provide it a default parameter value. So this means all the subscribers will receive a value immediately unless it is already completed. So let's write some codes for behavior subject. So we have to pass default value, and what is the parameter? String. So a string. So if we run, oh, this is only printing the last value. So how it's working? We have subscribed. use on next on 4 items, but this only remember our last item. So in this way actually behavior subject work. And async subject, so the subject also cache value like previous subjects, and this subject store only the last value after subscription. So it only store the last value after the subscription, but the subject execute the observable after completed the observer. So if we use async subject here, so it can take any default value as for parameter. So this is our async subject. So rename refactor is done. And for this async subject, if we pass these 4 items, what is happening? Oh, nothing is happening. So according to demand, we need to complete the observer. For that, then it will start the execution. So async subject dot on complete. So we are completing. So now start only country. So it only remember the last value, not all of this. So in this way async subject work. So subject is very good thing. So when we need to run so many things, and we can prepare our subject, and even if we want we can prepare our own subject in our own way. So in this way rx.net subject work. So thank you very much, and stay connected and get something new every day.